to another Plasticon review. Today, we're going to cover a little bit of third-party stuff. I know you guys get a little bit of that stuff every now and then. What I'm talking about is, Sixninja. Here's Sixninja in his gun mode, PPU gun mode. It's very, very six-shot-ish. It's got a, decent silhouette. It's got the whole handle going on, as you can see. And it's very neat. I do like it a lot. Fits in the hand pretty well. So it's a good little PPU laser gun. It's got his guns all plugged in there in the front. Those eagle-eyed people can probably tell that the two little barrels here are a little shorter. That is because I actually had to do a bit of a modification to this thing to make it so I don't have to parts form those two guns, because those two guns are they come standard at this length. And the problem is these two here are a little bit shorter, as you can tell. They will allow it to fold up correctly. So let's go ahead and transform this thing into its next mode, shall we? Let's take a quick closer look before I actually transform it. But as you can tell, he's pretty much six-shot. Here's gun mode. Gun mode's always been probably the weakest mode that this thing has always had. If you don't want to be a gun, just turn it upside down. It's called a spaceship. I mean, nothing wrong with that. Done against that. It's kind of cool. But let's go ahead and transform him into, let's go to the tank mode from here. First thing you'll do is you'll take these arms here, flip them around, and they got little treads already built into this. What I normally do is take the shoulder pylon and flip it around, so this is kind of, sloped. And I do the same over here on this side. And then flip this down. Then as for these, you split these here in half, and you fold up these little bits. Put them back here just like so. And then normally you will just one thing you do have to do, spin the waist, that way you can actually compress, and you can kind of angle this however you need to do it. But there you go, you got that weird tank mode that Six Shots always had. You can take these bits here and kind of just angle them however you want. Another cool thing you can do, and sometimes I think this is actually cooler, is if you flip these two bits here up, and a couple ports on top, and then you can just mount these guns, because they have ports on all three sides. And plug them in just like so. And there you go. You have a higher up type of guns on him. He does have a pretty decent little silhouette here. I mean, this is pretty much what Six Shot was. This is miniaturized, really. He does happen to have a bit of a cockpit here, pointed out in black. So it's kind of nice to see that there's an actual cockpit there. Yeah, pretty easy, not bad. So let's go ahead and turn him into, let's see if I can get him into his car mode from here. Pretty much what you do is just stretch this little piece here out, after removing the guns, obviously. You'll take this. And these guns here are only used in two modes, so they'll remain tucked away for the remainder of it. Like I said, I had cut them shorter, so they will actually fold all the way up in here and be completely out of the way for the rest of the transformations. So you just kind of tuck them in there all nice and tight. I tend to just leave this completely attached all the time, normally. Because I kind of treat it like the G1. The G1 was kind of more or less attached here. But, I'm trying to remember what I gotta do next. Yeah. Oh, I have to, it's been a while since I've done this, so bear with me here. And I'll turn the arms, and then turn the other arm here, and then just kind of collapse it. That way the wheels are just like so. And then you'll do the same here. And then you'll spin this. Oh yeah, these have to fold out. That way these can actually collapse. And get these out of the way real quick. And then allow you to, you have to kind of wiggle this portion, because this actually will move down to allow you to fold this whole thing back around. Usually these guns here are not in the way. It makes it much easier. I guess I'll just remove them because they are really not being cooperative. Didn't break nothing, they just pop out. If you do end up getting one of these, you might have to do that. I normally only use these for 2 modes, but it does allow you to flip these around a little easier if you remove them. It just depends on which mode you're going to keep him in. I normally keep him in robot mode, so. Then these will clip together and close these back up, just like so. And yep. Take these, the car mode, and just kind of push those down. And then this whole piece here will move up. It moves up here at the waist. This waist piece here just kind of rocks up. And then there you go. Car mode. I know car mode is kind of derpy on this one. I mean, let's be honest. 6 shots modes are always kind of weird anyway. Ain't none of them perfect. These guns here you can plug in up here if you want to. Just like so. So it can be an armored transport. Another thing you can do is flip these 2 wings here up after you remove the guns. This is Plasticon struggling with modern transformations. What do you guys expect? I thought about actually pulling the pins here and switching these, so that way I can actually do this proper where the guns actually come here and stick out, but I didn't do it yet. But these do plug into the side. Just like so. And there you go. Car mode. And you probably think these here would actually fit other stuff. These will not fit here. They will not fit here. They will not fit here. These are just too big. That's one thing that kind of irritates me about these guns. That's why I cut them down a little bit so that way I can actually store them in robot mode or in its primarily just robot mode, really, because these have to fold up for a couple reasons. But yeah, I mean, if you guys know how 6-shot works, he is weird. Anyway, let's go ahead and go into this airplane mode where you just flip those that way, or spaceship mode. I'll rock this forward up all the way and spin it. I know it's kind of like I did the same transformation, but you kind of turn it upside down. Put his little wings down, just like so. And then flip these up. Oh, never mind, I do leave it this way. And you can push this down. Kind of gives it a bit of a landing gear kind of thing. And the cockpit's kind of like, it's right here, so it's kind of hindered from this. I don't know, I've always thought the spaceship mode, honestly, to me, on mine, I would just do this as spaceship mode and just use this as the main thing, but I'm trying to do the official version. These guns here actually have these little bits here that will plug directly into the wings. That way you can swoosh them around like this. Like I said, this looks a lot better. I'm more into this version. But, you know, your mileage may vary. So let's see. I've done gun. Oh, yeah, we gotta do wolf. Let's do winged wolf, which is pretty much just take his head out, take the guns off. I normally flip these down for winged wolf mode, and then I'll drop these down so they look like claws. And if you want to flip these up, maybe you can turn it upside down like this if you want, and put these here to give him a double tail, I guess, if you want. And then I'll flip these two bits here in, the two little parts. There you go. There's a winged wolf mode for you. And I actually don't think this is too bad. This is actually kind of cool. I've always liked this hidden 7th mode. But from there, let's go ahead and turn him into his wolf mode. I'll just move these up out of the way. Fold these down. And then he's got these little claws that fold out. And then turn his paw. And fold this down. Turn this, flip out the paw, and then these I normally will angle like that to kind of give him a bit of a little of a stance there. Straighten the head out. Take these off, and then flip these out. And we'll just do this and flip it around. Actually, no, it does go this way. Because let's rock out like that. There we go. And then we've got a standing winged wolf. Flip down these two things here to build his rear paws, which is cute. There's no real way to plug this in here. I kind of wish there was. I wish there was a way to plug these in somewhere to give him proper tail. Really, there is no way of doing it. I mean, I guess you can pop these open, but yeah, these wouldn't actually fit those holes, would they? Not really. It doesn't work that well. But you can take the guns and plug them onto his shoulders. It kind of gives him guns on his shoulders, which is kind of cool. It's a very Zoids thing to have. Like I said, I think this would benefit a lot if I actually took these. Let's try that. If I took these and flipped these the other way, it would probably benefit a lot better, because then at least the guns would be on the inside and I could splay them out. But that's just one little thing I haven't gotten around to do. By the way, his little jaw does open, which is kind of cool. I'm going to try to get this jaw open for you. Hey, he's not terrible. He's really, it's very cool. Obviously, because of all the transformation, he does have a lot of articulation too. Just take these off. So let's see. I've done a gun. I did spaceship, car, tank. Wolf. Flying wolf. Yeah, let's go into his robot mode. And honestly, to me, the robot mode's what really shines on this figure. This figure is really cool, actually. So what I'll do is I'll just straighten everything out on him. And I'll leave everything out where it's at. As for these, I normally will just pop these open. And push these all where they need to be. Stay together there, buddy. And then I'll just put these guns here back in, because I don't like my guns just floating all over the house. It's just it's one of those things that if I have parts for a transformer, I don't like them laying around all over the place because I tend to lose things. But the good thing is I can actually fold these up in here. I wished I could have like completely transformed the thing without these guns being in the way, but as you can tell, there's just very limited space there. But these will close up all the way, just like that. Before I do that, let me flip out these heels, because he does have heel spurs, which is nice. It helps him stand better. Alright, I'll flip him around here. And then as for the hands pop out. You got this panel here that flips down. And then you'll straighten the paw out and then just flip it around to reveal the hand. And then close it. And you do the same thing over here. And flip it around. And then close it. And then flip these two pieces here out. For the head piece, I'll fold these back out of the way for a minute. As for these, I'll just straighten these out for now. So I'll put these flat for a second. And grab the head here, and then it pulls out the robot head. And then I'll take the whole wolf head and fold it completely back. And as I do this, little slot here will actually plug directly in. And then there you go. It's standing up. Push the waist forward so that way it's not fully forward. I normally kind of push it just so far so that way it's more even with his torso. As for these, I normally send those inward just like so. And as for his wings, I sometimes will just take the wings and just put them up like so, and then normally I will try to kind of do something cool with them and keep them out like this. And one thing I do love about this figure is the fact that it's got decent articulation for what it is, but it also it's small. It's not like a huge figure. I do know there's a thing here with the shoulders that you can move it up, you know, a certain way and a certain way. I never do. I just leave it in one position because these things are such a pain to deal with. Personally, I thought about just gluing them in place so that way it would not move, because this shoulder joint here really is kind of a, I don't know, it's kind of a pain for me. I'm into okay articulation. My toys don't have to have insane articulation like some people's got, but you know, we've obviously got the ball joint head, arms do their whole 360 degree blah blah blah, and these move out just like you want them to. Does have a waist and he does have knee joints. Obviously, legs only go out that far, but I mean, honestly, he's a pretty beefy guy, so you really wouldn't want him doing a complete split. Thigh rotation, and you can count that as articulation if you want. The transformation joints here for his feet. That's pretty much about it for your articulation on him. I am more of a brick bot kind of guy, so I tend to just kind of keep him in his brick mode, which I like. One cool thing though he does have, he comes with obviously his guns, which will store in his hands. I kind of like the idea that these are not fully like a full circle, they're kind of half. So he's got 2 guns there. And he does have a shoulder movement as well. It only goes out so far, which that's fine for me. Like I said, I pose my stuff kind of brickish anyway. It's just how I've always been about my toys. I like my toys to be bricks. But one thing he does have, you can move the arm up here, he's got these slots here in the side. And that right there is for storage for the swords. And he comes with 2 of them. And the swords are actually pretty well detailed. I do like them a lot. One on the right one, there we go. They're angled, so they'll actually plug directly into his thighs. So if you don't want him using the swords, he actually has storage for his swords. And that's one thing I really do like about him. He is very well thought out because of that. The only thing, like I said, that's kind of a thing is those tiny guns that are in his feet. But to be honest, since I've got those trimmed down, he stands just fine. I don't even have to put him in an A stance. He's got enough stability that he fits in with the blockish designs that I have. Here for a size comparison, here he is next to a Micromaster. And you can see he's got some height to him. He's not terrible. A little more style, like, I don't know, it's one of those things. I'm really into this kind of style. But let's see here, I got a piece here of, if you guys are really into reflector or anything like that, here's one of the reflector bots for you to compare it next to. You can see he's got some stature to him. He's tall, but he's tall enough. Like if I was to put this against like a combiner, like G1 combiner would probably come to about here on him, which is fine because 6-shot always should have been shorter than combiners, but he should be much taller than the rest. He's actually taller than Core Optimus Prime, which is about here-ish. So that's just kind of a thing. I'm really into him. I think he's awesome. He's got a very, very nice head sculpt, by the way. I don't mind the head sculpt at all. It is very 6-shot looking. I'm a big fan of this. You guys know me, I'm mainly a G2 collector, so I really like the colors on this. It's probably closer to the original, but 6-shot's colors kind of always felt 90s in a lot of ways too, because it has these odd colors. This is not exactly a white though, this is kind of a grayish white, so it's very on, on par. It's a nice figure, really is a nice figure. I do suggest going out there and grabbing them. These guys are not that expensive either. I was looking on the aftermarket, you can usually find them for close to 30 bucks, if that. Sometimes you can get them even cheaper. I've seen them on eBay. They're all over eBay, so it's a simple thing to get hold of. And I do suggest you guys check it out and try to get one. So, this has been Plasticon. This is me signing off. Peace out, y'all. I'll see you around because I got plenty more coming your way. That's it for now. Bye!